what we're now going to do is set up some security in the database so we can control who can access it. At the moment, we've just got one user, admin, who has full access rights to it, and we're going to change that. So you do that by right-clicking on the database schema node and saying configure security. You get a dialog here that opens that tells you what the current policy is. It says it's the default, which is anonymous authentication. So in this mode, you're getting logged in as admin automatically, and we're going to change that. So we click on edit, and we get another dialog where we can change the configuration of the security. Now, the security is defined using the Spring ACG security framework, which is a very powerful security implementation which can be used against a wide number of different basically authentication sources, such as databases, files, LDAP servers. There are very large number of implementations. And we provide a limited number of these as templates that you can use. These templates are basically XML files. And if we just look at the first one, at the custom anonymous one, this is identical to the anonymous one that we're actually using. It's basically the one that's used if no security is defined. But this one is provided just so you can actually customize this if you want it. And the only thing to really point out here is that it's an XML file that defines the security configuration. Now, in most cases, all you need to do is select the appropriate template and then accept it. And that change is made to the database and then it's fully functional. But in some cases, you actually need to edit the configuration depending on the type of security you need. So the ones that are actually of more interest are this one, which is the username password using the IJC database. Now, in this case, we're storing the usernames and passwords within the individual instant JChem database. And so we're creating some additional database tables that store the usernames, they store the passwords, and they store the roles that have been assigned to each user. And that information is being stored inside the instant JChem database itself. This is one that's actually very easy to set up. It's totally self-contained within Instant JChem, so you don't need any other resources on your network or anything in order to be able to use it. And so it's probably one of these the easiest and most sensible ones to use. The one drawback really is if you need to create lots of different Instant JChem databases, then you end up with the information stored in each database. There isn't a way using this standard template to share the information from a single source. But let's look at this one to start with at least. This, as I said, is an XML file, and it contains information such as how the usernames and passwords are going to be encrypted in the database tables and things like that. This particular template you don't need to make any changes to at all to get it running. The one thing to point out is that there is an additional sort of basic backdoor in, which is defined by this bit of the XML, which defines the admin user.